Do you want more money in your life? Do you wish things could feel easier, as if abundance just naturally flows to you? Perhaps you have tried working harder, chasing opportunities, or waiting for the right circumstances to appear. Have you noticed that no matter how much effort you put in, money seems just out of reach? You may look around at others who seem to have it all and wonder why it isn't coming to you. Why do some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly? The answer is not in what they do, but in what they assume and feel inside. Many try to find money outside themselves, searching for the perfect job, the perfect deal, or hoping someone else will provide it. Yet, the source of all abundance is within your consciousness. What if I told you that the very moment you assume the state of having money and feel it as if it were real, you set into motion a reality that matches that feeling? This is how all wealth is created. Imagine a life where money flows to you naturally, without struggle, without waiting, simply because your inner state is already aligned with abundance. Can you feel that it is possible? The problem is not the outside world, it is your inner assumption and the feeling you hold about money right now. Change that feeling, and the outer world must follow. So, if you are ready to stop chasing and start allowing money to appear through your inner state, pay attention now, because this is where the real work begins. Have you ever wondered why wishing or wanting money doesn't bring it to you? You might pray, hope, or plan endlessly, yet the results remain the same. This is because you are seeking from the outside instead of creating from within. All wealth is born in the imagination first. The mind is the fertile soil where money takes root. Until you see yourself possessing it, you will not experience it in the physical world. Many believe they must work for money or wait for opportunities to appear. Yet the truth is that money appears to those who assume its reality first and live in the feeling of abundance now. Do you understand what it means to assume your desire is already fulfilled? It means to enter a mental state where you are already wealthy, where your mind and heart accept abundance as your present reality. This state cannot be faked, it must be felt. It is not enough to think or speak about money. Feeling it is the key. When you live as if your bank account is already full, every action you take will align with that state. Imagine the relief of knowing that money is already yours and that your inner world has already created it. You do not need to chase it. You only need to accept it within. This acceptance is the doorway to real manifestation. The outer world cannot contradict your inner state. Once you assume the state of having money, events, opportunities, and circumstances will conform to it. This is the law of creation in action. So now, consider your inner feeling about money. Are you living in scarcity, or can you embrace the state of abundance? Choose to dwell in the reality you wish to experience, and the outer world will follow. Many struggle with money because they ignore the power of feeling. They think money comes from effort rather than from the state of mind in which it is conceived. Yet, all manifestation begins with feeling, not action. You cannot impress the outer world with thought alone. Your imagination must be alive with the sensation of having what you desire. This feeling is the seed from which reality grows. If the feeling is absent, the manifestation will delay. Ask yourself, how would it feel if money were already yours? Would you feel secure, joyful, or free? Hold that feeling in your mind now, as if it is already true. It is not about wishing or hoping. It is about assuming the state and living from it. When your imagination is convinced, the world cannot resist but reflect it. Some look at their circumstances in despair. They see lack, struggle, and delay, and believe these conditions are reality. Yet conditions do not create reality. Imagination does. To manifest money, you must enter the feeling of already having it, in secret, in private, in the quiet of your mind. This is the invisible work that produces visible results. The world cannot supply what you have not first imagined. Every day, take moments to dwell in wealth. Let your mind live in the experience of abundance. The more you do this, the faster your inner state solidifies and the outer world begins to align. Remember, money cannot resist a mind convinced it is already possessed. When you feel it, the universe responds. Hold the reality within, consistently and unwaveringly, and watch your world transform. Many believe they must first see the money in their bank account before feeling secure. Yet, this is a reversal of the law. You must first live in the state of abundance before the outer world can reflect it. Living in the state means carrying the consciousness of wealth in every thought. It is a subtle inner posture, not a frantic action or endless striving. Your imagination becomes the invisible architect of reality. Notice how often people chase money, trying to force the world to deliver it. They overlook that chasing is the opposite of assuming. Assumption requires calm conviction, not desperation. You must settle into your inner state as though money is already yours. Speak, think, and behave from this place. In this state, every action naturally aligns with abundance. You are no longer struggling, you are receiving. Many fail because they measure progress by what they see. The outer world is slow to reflect the inner state. Yet faith in the unseen is what creates the visible. Persistence in imagination, not observation, is the key. Do not be distracted by temporary lack. Let your mind dwell where your desire is fulfilled. Inhabit that reality, and the world will catch up. What you assume with feeling cannot fail. Every moment spent in imagination reinforces your inner wealth. Your outer circumstances are secondary to your consciousness. Let go of judgment, of worry, and of impatience. Your inner state is the law of manifestation in action. Remember, abundance is not outside of you. It is the state you occupy within. When your imagination is fully convinced, the world must respond accordingly. Even when you understand the law, doubt can creep in. You may ask yourself if it is really true. This is natural, but you must not give it power. Doubt is merely a signal to return to your inner state. Resistance appears when your imagination conflicts with your feelings. If you feel lack while imagining wealth, you reinforce the very state you wish to leave. Recognize this and gently return to assumption. Many fail because they let outer circumstances dictate their inner state. A delayed paycheck, a bill, or scarcity in the world may shake confidence. Yet, your reality is created by consciousness, not events. The outer world must conform to your inner assumption. When doubt arises, pause and feel what it would be like to have the money. Do not reason about how it will come. Feel it as already fulfilled and dwell there fully. This is the bridge between desire and manifestation. Do not attempt to force evidence to appear. Forcing is resistance, and resistance delays your desire. Trust that the assumption you inhabit is enough. Your inner conviction is the creative power at work. When fear surfaces, observe it without judgment. Let it pass while you remain in the state of fulfillment. Fear is only the awareness of the present senses. It cannot alter your imagined reality. Persist in feeling what you desire. Daily practice of living in assumption is the antidote to doubt. Repeat the inner scene with feeling as if it is done. No outer conditions can interfere when the state is maintained. Your imagination must be cherished as the source of creation. Finally, understand that your inner state is inviolable. The moment you occupy the state of already having, resistance loses its grip, doubt dissolves, and manifestation aligns naturally. Remain steadfast, and your wealth is assured. The most powerful way to manifest money is to live in the assumption that it is already yours. Every day, create mental scenes in which your desire is fulfilled. Feel the satisfaction, the relief, and the joy of having it now. This is the practice that bridges imagination and reality. Do not concern yourself with the how of its appearance. The mind often questions, how will it come? Yet, your task is not to engineer events, but to sustain the inner state. Once the state is assumed, the world will conform. Even small daily rituals can anchor the feeling of abundance. Perhaps before sleep, imagine receiving a check or a gift or an unexpected opportunity. Live it fully in imagination, with all senses engaged. The mind accepts that which it frequently experiences. Notice how your thoughts influence your feelings. When thoughts drift to scarcity, gently redirect to your fulfilled scene. Persistence is the key. Do not allow outer circumstances to dictate your inner life. Faith is not blind belief, it is the conviction that your assumption is already real. Hold your scene with confidence, as if nothing can change it. This is not wishful thinking, but the conscious occupation of your desire. In this state, you are invincible. Imagination must be cherished as sacred. Treat it as the workshop where reality is built. Daily attention, patience, and feeling bring your mental creations into form. This is how money moves to you without struggle. The mind resists only when you vacillate between assumption and doubt. Observe any hesitation and return to the feeling of already having. Your inner state determines your outer world. Hold steadfast, and the universe answers. Understand that wealth is not a distant goal, but a present reality in consciousness. By sustaining the feeling of it now, your outer circumstances must eventually reflect it. Trust in your imaginative power, and it will never fail you. Everything unfolds in perfect alignment with your inner assumption. To truly manifest money, you must live in the state of being already wealthy. This is not pretending, but acknowledging what consciousness creates. Feel as though abundance is your natural state. Your outer circumstances will follow the inner reality. Do not chase opportunities or cling to worry. Chasing implies lack and reinforces scarcity. Instead, occupy your imagination with scenes of ease, freedom, and plenty. What you assume as real will inevitably appear. Notice how easily life flows when you stop demanding results. The act of waiting with faith strengthens the manifestation. It is the inner surrender, not outer struggle, that brings your desires. Let your imagination dictate reality, not circumstance. When doubts arise, do not resist them harshly. Simply observe and return to the feeling of already having. Your imagination is your sanctuary. Hold it tenderly, persistently, without interruption. Your mental scenes should include all senses. Hear the sound of abundance. Feel the security it brings. See yourself enjoying it fully. Engage deeply with your imagined reality. The more real it feels, the sooner it manifests. The world outside cannot create your reality. Only your inner state can. Financial freedom is born in the imagination, maintained by feeling. When you live as if you already possess it, money becomes a natural extension of your consciousness. Everything flows without effort when assumption is complete. Every encounter, every event, every thought can reinforce your assumed state. Speak think, and feel in alignment with wealth. Avoid the temptation to react from lack. Persist in the experience of abundance, and outer reality conforms. Know that manifestation is a natural law, not a promise or a hope. When you occupy the state of already having, the universe orchestrates everything to bring it into form. Trust your imaginative power. It will never fail, and all unfolds perfectly. You have learned that money is first imagined, then felt, and then received. Your inner state is the creative force of all your experiences. Nothing can appear in your outer life that is not first held within. Understand this clearly, and you will be free. Do not chase evidence in the outer world. Waiting for signs or validation binds you to the sense of lack. The fulfillment of your desire does not depend on time or circumstance. It is already complete within your consciousness. Live each day as if abundance is already yours. Speak, think, and act from that reality. Every thought, word, and feeling reinforces your assumption. This is how the unseen becomes seen. If worry or doubt arises, do not resist it aggressively. Simply redirect your attention to the reality you have assumed. The mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant will grow. Choose carefully what you allow to take root. Your imagination must be vivid, detailed, and convincing. Hear the sounds, feel the emotions, and see the forms of wealth you desire. Immerse yourself fully in this state each day. It is the sustained feeling that compels manifestation. Release all attachment to how, when, or through what means your desire will appear. The how is the universe's responsibility. Your only duty is to maintain the feeling of already having. This is the secret of all successful manifestation. Remember, nothing can oppose the assumption that is sustained. Once you accept the reality of abundance within, all outer conditions adjust automatically. Your imagination is the operative power that shapes your world. It is sufficient and unstoppable. Now, continue to live in the state of having, regardless of what appears outside. Know that your desire is accomplished, complete, and real in your consciousness. All experiences will conform to this inner truth. Trust the process, and abundance will flow effortlessly into your life.